As you know, one of the biggest conundrums of our existence is identity. The fundamental question, always, who or what am I? So, of course, one way of thinking of who I am is this person, which has a name and a form. Uh, of course, the name can be changed anytime. The form is changing all the time, starting with fertilized egg and embryo and baby and toddler and teenager and young adult and old adult, all the way to dusty death. So this person is a provisional identity. Also, this person plays many roles: writer, author, or whatever, doctor, parent, child, somebody's child anyway, always. So innumerable roles. Identity gets very, very confusing. But behind this provisional identity is an absolute identity. And that absolute identity is pure consciousness. Once we recognize this, then it is obvious that you are a divine being. At the level of self, Atman, Brahman, you're a divine being. That you're essentially a god. Right now, as a person, you're a god in embryo. And your highest instinct is to be born. So, in the vision of Vedanta, the essence of existence is not matter or energy, but consciousness, unchanging, self luminous, the ground of all appearing forms. This consciousness is not possessed by individuals. It is not something one has, but what one is. Every thought, every sensation, or perception arises within it, just as waves arise within the ocean. And when the mind turns inward and becomes still, this fundamental identity shines forth as self, luminous, limitless, unborn, untouched by time or circumstance. The sages of the Upanishads, of course, declared Tattvamasi, that thou art. It is a direct revelation that the very awareness looking out through human eyes is the same infinite self that underlies the cosmos, the entire universe. The individual I, Deepak, is a temporary formation, a lens through which the absolute experiences creation. One perspective. Okay. This is why human life holds such profound significance. To be human is not to be fallen from divinity, but stand on the threshold of awakening to it. We are in truth gods in embryo, not by pride, but by potential. Not through attainment, but through remembrance. So, in the drama of evolution, this birthing of the divine is the soul's highest instinct. The body seeks survival, the mind seeks knowledge, but the spirit seeks self recognition. This is the deepest impulse behind art, love, contemplation, and our deepest longing for truth. It is the same force that drives the seed to break open. Just the seed breaks open, the egg breaks open from the inside, giving rise to life. So it is the same force that drives the seed to break open, the same fire that compels the stars to shine. Within each of us, the universe itself is pressing toward awareness of its own infinite nature. To live from this understanding is to shift identity from the transient to the eternal, from the dream of separation to the reality of wholeness. What dies is only the costume of individuality. What remains is the radiant field of being, pure, self existing, self organizing, luminous, independent, free, Our highest instinct to be born is not merely biological, it is the instinct of the divine awakening to itself through human form. Every breath, every act of love, every realization of unity is part of this cosmic birth. Therefore, the journey of human life is not to become divine, but to reveal the divinity that already is. The seed of God, star seed, sleeps in the heart of every living being, waiting only for the warmth of awareness to blossom into the full sun of realization. So let's do a meditation on the birth of the divine within. Sit quietly, let the breath move naturally like the wind through an open field. Feel the rhythm of life. How do you feel the rhythm of life? Well, feel the rhythm of life breathing itself through you. No effort, no control, only awareness. And now bring attention inward, not to the body, not to thoughts, but to that which is aware. Notice that awareness itself does not move. It has no age, no boundary, no shape. It is not something in you. It is you. It is the same field of presence that illumines every experience. As this awareness, you do not come or go. You were present before this thought, and you remain when it passes. You were here before this breath, and you will be here after it dissolves. Before every experience, you're there. And you're there when the experience is there, and you're there when the experience dissolves. This is your original nature, pure consciousness, unborn, unchanging, eternal. It is not the small I, Deepak, that strives, suffers, fears. The small I is your conditioned mind. It is the vast stillness that witnesses all arising within itself. Now sense the body, this human form, as a sacred vessel. Within it, divinity is awakening to itself. Each cell, each heartbeat, each current of emotion is the pulse of the infinite shaping itself into form. So now silently affirm to yourself, I'm not becoming divine, I'm remembering what I have always been. I'm the life in all lives. I'm the light in all minds. I'm the love that binds all worlds. Rest in this awareness. Feel yourself as an embryo of the divine, gently unfolding, not through doing, but through allowing. Not through striving, but through surrendering to what is eternally alive within you. Let this realization ripen like dawn in the heart. Your highest instinct is not to survive, but to be born, to awaken here and now as the living presence of the infinite. Remain in the still radiance of this truth. Nothing more needs to be added. You are that. Tattvam Asi. Remembering the divine within. God's in embryo. The unfolding and awakening of the infinite self is you. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma.